Good morning everyone. It is Tuesday today. I was just looking at my calendar for the week ahead and I have not a lot going on this week, so I thought I would put some time and energy into YouTube and into doing a video, some sort of weekly vlog this week. So here we are. Over the weekend I actually was very lucky. My mum came down from Sydney and we booked a hotel, kind of ended up being quite near, like quite close to my house, and I had like a little staycation. We stayed at this hotel just for like 3 nights and just like slept, relaxed. I deleted social media, I read my books, we went for walks, we did heaps of walking, and it was exactly what I needed. I just needed like mum to be there and just to have like a bit of a switch off from life, basically, just kind of like separate myself from life. And then I came back into it yesterday. I had uni, I had a massive day yesterday, so I felt not so much better, but definitely helped so much having a break and a bit of space from everything. So that was so nice. That was my weekend, and honestly it's so good. And weirdly I was talking to Toby and he was saying that it's like how Bill Gates, is that who it is, I think, does thinking weeks. Basically does that exact same thing. It's just like takes a week off and goes to like this, like, you know, no internet, no social media, no connection to anyone, and just has like a thinking week where he like regroups, and it feels really creative and feels really inspired. So yeah, it's such a good thing to do, and I think sometimes we forget. I think we're so lucky. I'm speaking generally on behalf of uni students right now, because I know that not everyone who watches this is a uni student, but as a uni student, like, I had the capacity to take the weekend off, and I still went to work and stuff, but I didn't have to do any uni. So yeah, anyway, that was my weekend. So very, very good. Yesterday I had a big day at uni. I had my 2 classes. I had an assessment in one of the classes, and then I had my first shift as a behavioral therapist. So you may remember I talked about it like in maybe September last year. I think that's when I got employed as a behavioral therapist for children with autism, and I've been waiting to match with a client, so a kid who like lives near me, and it was just really important that I was going to be able to commit to traveling to them for like a long time. So I have matched with a client who lives kind of near me, but it's not like too much of a drive. And I went over to their house yesterday for the first time and met the kid and did my first shift. So I will let you know how the whole behavioral therapy thing goes, because I know a lot of people are quite interested in it, and I got quite a few questions the first time when I talked about it, but I actually have no experience in it yet. I actually slept in till about 9:15. I don't know why. It was just, I had nothing specifically to get out of bed for, and that's my biggest issue, is if I don't have a reason to get out of bed, I find it really hard to find motivation to get out of bed. I was so comfy this morning. I don't know why. It was just, I felt like I was sleeping in a cloud. So I slept in, then just went for a quick walk. I think it was like maybe 2Ks just around the block. Why is this looking so red? And then I've just come back. I made a smoothie for breakfast, but I have no food, so I'm gonna have to go to the shops this morning. And yeah, I literally, like, all my assessments are over for the semester. I mean, yeah, for the semester until my exams, if that makes sense. So I don't have anything due now for another like month. I'm like kind of up to date on content because I only do 3 subjects. So I've been able to manage really well, keeping up to date. Like, I'm only 2 weeks behind in one of my subjects, and that's basically it. So I don't know, I I'm looking at this week and I'm like, there is not much uni going on. I don't really know what uni to do. Like, I'm gonna try and start maybe studying for my exams, but of course I've just got way too much time, literally. So I'm trying to find some things to do this week. But yeah, it's good, I guess. Like, kind of past few weeks have been pretty hectic with uni, everything kind of due around the same time, and so yeah, I guess I should be grateful that I can finally just like breathe a bit.
I've been thinking about good times, so tell me all your worst lies. I'll believe them if I try. For the sake of time, just give me the eye. I've been thinking about.
Don't blow my high, I'm on that carpet ride. I've been swerving, I was serving to my magic side. I was in a magic city, going 50-50. I bet it all up on that red and they got real shifty. Pity, it's a petty crime. You see how people change their vibe when it's green up on their mind. Kevin fed a line, but fuck if I know. I'm searching for them high notes. I'm slipping in my slippers, playing samples off this vinyl. Getting better every motherfucking session with my freshness. This is imperfection, with a touch of perfect. No, I fucking murked it at the merchants, and I purchased what my curses in between these verses. How I really feel.
I just went and picked up some Amazon orders from the newsagent, so I thought I'd show you. Okay, so one of them should be a protector thing for my watch. One of them should be a book. These both feel like books. And the weird thing is that one of my, basically I ordered this book off Amazon like last week, and it never came, so I had to get them to send me a new one. Maybe I'm thinking that they've both arrived. Yeah, they have. Oh my gosh. All right, so I think what's happened is I've reordered this book, as in they just said, like, because I said it's lost, like it says it's been delivered but it hasn't, so they just sent me a new copy. But I think what's happened is they found it. Yes. Isn't that always the way? I mean, at least I didn't buy a new one. At least they just gave me. Oh, I can give one to mum. So the books that I got is 101 essays that will change the way you think. And I saw, this is Laura Henshaw, I think one of her favorite books. I listened to a podcast where she was talking about it, and I'm so excited to read this. Just little short essays. It's by Brianna Weist. Don't know how to say that. And I got an Apple Watch protector. If you don't know, my Apple Watch is like my favorite thing ever. I just have like the very like series 3, so it's like pretty basic, but I just like track my walks. I like having the notifications on there. I like knowing the time, like all of that stuff. And I smashed it in my bathroom. I just like dropped it when I was taking it off to get in the shower on my tiles and properly smashed it. So I went and paid to get it fixed the other day, and oh, I got it fixed from basically Apple. I met a subscriber while I was there getting my watch fixed, so hello if you're watching. Thanks for my new watch. Now I'm like, okay, I cannot smash it again because it was not cheap to get it fixed. But having it, I realized I broke it at the end of February, and it's now May, or maybe it was the end of March that I broke it. But basically, it's just one of those things where I'm like, I need to get my watch fixed, but I was just waiting for like the money to come in and the right time and everything like that. By the time I got it fixed, I was like, oh my god, how have I lived without this? I feel like you only realize how like much you love them when you get one. I feel like people who don't have one are like, what's the hype? But as soon as you have one, you just can't not have one. So I bought this little, because I had this crappy little glass screen protector on it from Amazon as well, but it smashed straight through it. So I used to have one of these, and it just makes it super thick, which is kind of annoying, but it's fine. I'd rather it be protected than to pay money again to fix it. So that was my lesson learned. I actually, while I'm here and putting this on, have an update on the book that I recommended in my last vlog, How to Be Well. I finished reading it over the weekend when I was on my little retreat staycation thing, and I just can't recommend it more highly. It is just a perfect like little handbook guide with covering everything. The chapter that really resonated with me, and funnily enough kind of like was a turning point for me in like, obviously I went away over the weekend because I have been struggling quite a bit, so I just really needed that like space away from everything. And I read this chapter on, it was the one on stress, and then another chapter on stress resilience. I was like, no wonder no wonder I have been so like going through so much, because you know, if you read it, they talk about the different like zones that you should be in. So blue zone is very this is very summarized, so read it if you want a more in-depth thing, but they talk about like blue is when you're like fully relaxed in like a really really calm state. Purple is when you're like feeling productive and creative, blah blah blah. And then red is when you're feeling like heaps of adrenaline, super stressed, highly anxious, etc. Basically they said you should be a majority of your day in the purple zone, which is your most productive zone to be in, and dip in and out of the blue zone, and then but like really avoid being in the red zone. And I was reading it and I was like, I literally reckon I spend 85% of my day in the red zone. Until I read that, I thought it was kind of like I was just using that adrenaline and stuff to motivate me to get my work done, but they talk about all the effects of stress, obviously. And anyway, I read it and I was like, duh, like this is no wonder. I also forgot to tell you that today we've been playing netball, the campus lunchtime sport netball tournament at unimelb. Today is the semi-final, and it's us versus our friends team. And so I don't know how today's gonna go. I hope it's fun, because I don't know, stakes are high. Not really, like it's just, you know, the grand, like getting into the grand final, but it's gonna be funny because yeah, we're gonna be playing each other, and we haven't played each other yet throughout the season, which was just complete coincidence. So today is the day. So that's today's antics. Night. Right, I just got home from netball, and that's why I look sweaty and gross. And then I just rode my bike home as well. Whoa. I don't know, this lighting in the kitchen is not the best, but hopefully it's okay. One sec. I did a quick food shop on the way home. Just got some stuff. We're gonna have like bangers and mash for dinner tonight. And then I just had to stock up because when I went away over the weekend, a heap of my stuff went off in the fridge. So I thought I'd do, this is a very quick shop. And because I was carrying it all back on my backpack on my bike, I had to be very limited with what I got. But I thought I'd show you my kind of essentials, because I realized I don't really film in my vlogs a lot of like what I eat and like that sort of life stuff. So yeah, maybe this will give you some insight. So some eggs. I have eggs basically every morning for breakfast. Cracked egg. Okay, we lost one egg. It's all right. I was kind of expecting at least one to crack on the way. I have eggs every morning. So my little thing that I have is toast, avocado, goat's cheese, tomatoes if I have them. Oh, I forgot tomato, the egg, Italian herbs, and spinach, or spinach and rocket, depends what I buy. But that's basically my breakfast every morning. So I think it's pretty good because it's pretty filling. That is my breakfast most days. I was super hot and now I'm cold again. So I got some stuff for that. I got some more bread, got the eggs, got some spinach bread. I got some Greek yogurt. I have, if I'm not having, sometimes if I want like a lighter meal, I'll have a smoothie. But I don't have these as much because I know it's not as nutritious as eggs, and it doesn't last me as long throughout the day. But when I do have a smoothie. I'll tell you my recipe because I got some frozen fruit. So I have either frozen mango or like frozen, I just got mango today, but sometimes I get like a tropical mix, or frozen berries. So I have frozen fruit, full fat Greek yogurt, avocado, spinach, peanut butter, a little tiny bit of vanilla protein powder, honey, and then water. So I don't use milk. This recipe, I think, well, I made it based off the Glucose Goddess on Instagram. It's actually a really interesting concept. I'm not going to go into it now, but basically I was researching, followed her account and learned a lot about glucose spikes throughout the day. That's what I have for breakfast. This is mainly breakfast food because I mainly make myself breakfast every morning. That's like not my main meal, but I make myself breakfast. Then at lunch I have leftovers. So today I'm gonna have pasta, and then dinner we make it either as a house or... Okay, my camera ran out of storage, but hopefully we're back. Yeah, so we either make dinner like all together, like tonight I think I'm gonna make bangers and mash for dinner. And then on the nights that I do like a lot of babysitting, sometimes like we're just like, there might only be one of us at home, and if that's the case, if I'm the only one home, I also... We turn you down, oh my god, my camera's all over the place. I have frozen meals, so I get those from uni, and if you go to unimelb, they have this program called Second Bite, and basically any unimelb student can receive, it's currently 2 frozen meals a week, and they're pretty good. They're mostly like rice and a meat and some veggies, but last week I got, it's in the freezer, I got beef ribs and like heaps of veggies and stuff, so that's really good. So when I go to like babysitting or something, I tend to make a frozen meal. So yeah, that's what I eat in a day. I got some veggies for dinner tonight: beans, carrot. I also got some dry shampoo, more dry shampoo. Sour squirms were on sale. It's when I'm really good with not eating. I don't really eat much junk food or sugary food. And then it's just become this recent thing with Toby, like whenever he comes over and we have like a sleepover, we literally do, we sit there and we like watch a movie and we always just snack, and we have just a heap of like, eat just crap. So it's so fun, but I'm not gonna eat. I bought these for when he next comes over. And gum, I'm addicted to gum, but I actually realized I listened to a podcast the other day that was talking about how good gum is for you and for your concentration. So, but I think I have like 3 or 4 pieces a day, so I need to slow down. I think in moderation it's good, but maybe not that much.
So tell me all your worst lies. I will leave them if I try. For the sake of time, just give me your eye. I know it's not always easy. Time slows, still trying to find the reason to hold on to those dreams of mine.
It's funny because my main concern just then when I did that was that I wasted the food. That's such a uni student thing, I reckon, is being like, oh my god, that's like 30 cents worth of fruit now on the floor. Literally cannot deal with this today. Actually, probably today is a good day to spill shit all over the floor, because any other day I probably would have cried. You know, sometimes you can come down with me on the floor. Sometimes when you're having a crap day and you're just in a bad mood, and then something like this will happen, and you're just like, tears. You're like, not the day for it. Today is probably the day for it because I'm feeling good today. This one is like gone splat. Oh. I'm not crying over spilt berries, spilt fruit. We need to mop this floor anyway. This floor is like low-key so gross. Let's try that again.
I said don't blow my high. I'm on that carpet ride. Can you keep me high?
Okay, we did it, we made it. Oh my gosh. Today is Friday. It's now almost 1 o'clock and I feel like the light is shocking here. I was meant to be babysitting this afternoon, but they have COVID, so I'm not going to be babysitting anymore. I want to go into uni, but it's also just so cold and I can't really be bothered riding my bike. I don't know, I've never been that person that like can't study at home. I've always had like such a good desk set up, really like my desk is so productive, like all through school, all through college as well. Like I studied the best when I was in my room at my desk. And now this year, I thought it was gonna be the same. So I like kind of created my desk area to be like where I was gonna spend basically every day. Now I don't really like it as much. I feel really like often sleepy when I'm at my desk, or just like really uninspired. So I've noticed like I've started to go to uni a heap more and study at uni, and I basically like, if I can avoid it, I'll study somewhere else outside of home. I might try today maybe studying out here. I think the difference is that even at college I could always like leave my room and go and have a break, like go to lunch or go and get a coffee or something in the dining hall, or go and sit out in the courtyard as a break, and then it didn't feel as much like I was constantly in one space. Whereas if I want to have a break here, I either go outside and go for a walk, or I just come out here to the kitchen, and then I feel very like enclosed, I think, a lot of the time. I think that's the main difference. I don't know if that made sense. But yeah, it's interesting because I definitely don't study as much as I thought I would at home. The other thing that I was thinking of doing is create like a bit of a photo wall or something, just to liven that desk space up a bit, because I think when I'm sitting there, just stare like at a blank wall and feel super like uninspired. Sorry, my camera keeps running out of storage. The other thing I was thinking of doing is rearranging my room a little bit. I talked about this on my podcast actually. I don't know if it's going to come out before or after this video, but my latest podcast is about like fresh starts and also a bit about like moving cities. In that I talk about like rearranging my room and stuff. Anyway, so I was thinking of rearranging my room and maybe having a desk space more like in the corner and having that as its own space with like plants and stuff around it. So then it feels like maybe trying to separate my room a little bit from my bed. I'm gonna go sit on the couch because I always forget how good the lighting here on the couch is, or how much better it is. I'm actually feeling really good with uni today and this weekend. I don't really have that much to do. So I'm gonna try and, I think I'm in a lecture mood today. I have a podcast episode to edit that I filmed on Wednesday. I have this YouTube video to edit, and that's basically it in terms of like YouTube and stuff like that. There's some things that I want to do, like clean my car, and I need to look at selling. I've got a camera and a bike that I want to sell. And there's just like little things like that I keep pushing to the side, but I need to get done. I feel like I need like a life admin afternoon. And I was thinking of doing that this afternoon, but I'm not in the mood to. Maybe tomorrow I might. I feel like when I don't know if this is gonna make sense, but when I wake up in the morning, I need to have my purpose for the day. So when I woke up this morning, I didn't really know, which is why I'm sitting here now, like kind of feeling a bit unmotivated. But when I wake up and say to myself, okay, today is my life admin day, like today I'm gonna go and do all that hard stuff, it's just so much easier to get to do it. And it also helps me get out of bed. Whereas some mornings, if I'm like, I have no idea what I feel like doing today, I don't know what I want to do today, then it becomes a very slow day where I'm constantly like making these decisions for myself. So I like to like try and plan what I'm doing the next day, the night before, but I didn't do that last night. I don't know why. I was babysitting last night. I just didn't give any thought to today. I was like, I just want to go to sleep. I'm just going to give you a life update quickly while I'm here because I feel like talking while I finish my smoothie. Me and Toby just booked last night a little glamping, they're called glamping pods in the Yarra Valley, and we're going to go after exams just for a few nights, or maybe, I don't know how many nights. 2 nights, I think. And I'm literally so excited. We booked it last night because we've been wanting to do a getaway kind of thing. and I really wanted to go somewhere that was in nature and that I could just relax and like properly switch off, like no social media, and just like completely wind down. It's gonna be such a good holiday. Only a couple of nights, but I think it's perfect because we're also going to Splendor in the Grass in Byron. We're gonna go to Noosa as well the week before, so, or maybe, I don't know, actually I'm out of the loop, to be honest, with all the plans, and I'm so excited to be traveling soon. Even like, yeah, traveling. I've not been to Queensland for years and I'm so excited. I feel like the Splendor trip is going to be really fun if anyone is going. Okay, so this is my thing with Splendor. I'm not a huge fan of big crowds or just like moshing. I just don't really like the mosh pit. So my friends do and I feel like, I don't know, I'm gonna like probably be more outside of the mosh than in the mosh. But yeah, if anyone's going, let me know and we can say hi to each other. And yeah, I think I'm just gonna be like sitting on the grass and just watching, just enjoying from a distance, possibly by myself, but that's okay. And then I'm also planning some big plans for next year, which I won't go into now because I want to wait until everything's like confirmed and everything. But I feel like a few of you have cottoned on Instagram, and yeah, I've been asking for your advice over on Instagram about it. So that's my planning for next year, and it's so crazy. I just made a decision one day that I wanted to consider something else for next year, because next year is my last semester of uni, and then I graduate mid-year. And I just kind of had planned to like stay in Melbourne, finish my degree, and then I didn't know really what I wanted to do in that 6 months afterwards, like maybe travel, work. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh my gosh, what if I like did this thing and then maybe did this, and then in a matter of like 3 days I basically changed my entire year plan for the next year. I'm such a planner with life and with everything, obviously, as a lot of you would know. But even I was talking to one of my friends about how you think when you come out of school, like you have a plan of exactly what you want to do for the next like 5 years. And for me it was always undergrad degree, finish it in 3 years, then honours, and then eventually get into masters. And now, like, first it was the fact that I wasn't going to graduate until 3.5 years, so that kind of blew my plan out a little bit. Now, like, I'm like, how can I make the most of that? It's very exciting stuff, and I can't wait. I will share more with you as I like kind of go along, but I'm very much in like the early stages of figuring everything out and figuring out what I want to do as well. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking because I've talked for like 20 minutes. I haven't even drunk my smoothie. I'm gonna go and start doing a lecture, finish my smoothie, and hopefully be productive this Savo.